Armand, directed by Hafan Uman Tandel. And I'm sure I got that name perfect. Perfect. There's a lot of people in this movie, but the person you really need to know is Renate Reinsve, and I never say her name right, Reinsve. And you should know the name, probably know it better if I could have said it right, but she is the star of The Worst Person in the World, which is an amazing movie from about 2 or 3 years ago. She plays Elizabeth in this. This movie takes a, has a, I don't know, has similarities with a few movies that have been coming out recently. The one that kind of strikes me is, what was it called? The Teacher's Lounge, I think it was, from a few years ago, maybe only a year ago. These kind of movies that are about kind of the politics and the paranoia and the power play between administrations over power and ordinary people. And in a few situations, it's been like teachers versus students or teachers versus parents, that kind of thing. Monster, to some degree, that I would reviewed earlier, or actually late last year. Monster from what was the director's name? Koreeda also touched upon some of these themes as well. But this basic thing is this movie starts with Elizabeth racing towards the school. She has been called to the school, something has happened, and she's not sure what. And it's almost the racing at the beginning, like you just see your car racing down the road. It's from her, kind of over the shoulder of the car, kind of a point of view kind of a thing. And it's very like tense. It's almost like, oh, this is going to be an action movie or a thriller, but it's more of an emotional thriller, I guess, than it is an actual thriller. So for some people, this would be very slow. So that take that into account. But essentially, she gets there, and before we really get the confrontation, you see that there's these administrators, there's it's like the dean of the school or whatever, and the teacher that's involved, and another woman who's, I think, a counselor. And they're all discussing kind of how they want to approach it. And they decide, oh, the teacher should go in alone first. But they don't want to go in because it might escalate things. And once again, just like Elizabeth, we don't know exactly what's going on. And so the teacher is there, Elizabeth is there, and she's like, what's going on? Why am I here? What? And she's already very agitated. And the teacher's like, well, we have to wait because the other parents have to arrive. And then she recognizes who those parents are. They're parents who are the parents of a friend of her son. Armand is her son. We literally never see Armand until like just a couple moments towards the end of the movie. But really, it's Elizabeth's story, even though Armand is the focus. And basically, and I don't know if I want to say exactly what's being accused. Let's just say Armand is being accused by the other parents of some sort of an assault. And the school, of course, is, quote, trying to take it very seriously, but also be very fair. And neither of the kids are there. So essentially, it's the parents of the one kid saying that they were told these things happened by their son, and their son, of course, wouldn't lie. And Armand's parent, Elizabeth, who is there, and of course, she knows her own son, and he wouldn't lie. And now you've got this highly charged emotional conflict set up between these two sets, the parents and Elizabeth, because Elizabeth is a single parent. She's also a celebrity. They bring that up. So I think that kind of brings an element to it as well. Come almost like if you're a celebrity, maybe that people kind of have certain concepts about how fit you are as a parent or something. You know what I mean? Like not being just the average person. And just the very weaselly way and the very passive aggressive way that all the administration side of things wants to kind of, we want to solve these kind of problems. We really want to come to an understanding here. We just want to make sure this kind of thing won't happen again and blah, 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 blah. It kind of reminded me also of the version of kind of polite aggression that you get in things like the original Speak No Evil. And this is a Scandinavian movie as well. So there might be something in that Scandinavian society that there's this attempt to be overtly non-confrontational while being subversively, very passively, very confrontational. And that's kind of the pressure cooker of this movie is them trying to basically not really say what's going on, but when they do start saying what's going on, mostly because Elizabeth is pushing them like, hey, what are you saying happened? What are you saying actually happened here? What are you trying to say? What is supposed to happen? And then her like pushing back at them. And there's kind of these elongated kind of discussions and then breaks because it's getting too tense. And then they go back and have another discussion. So in a lot of ways, this almost works like a courtroom drama. I thought it was quite good. My only reservation for it is a little bit long to me, and it has a couple of surrealistic elements which you wouldn't expect. There's a dance, kind of a dance interlude, a couple dance interludes, which I understand thematically what they were doing. It was kind of using these moments to kind of represent Elizabeth's current like internal mental state, because you see her kind of having a it's almost like she's having a breakdown as this is occurring like in real time, and they're using these surrealistic moments to kind of display that. But for me, they kind of didn't work. They kind of pulled me out of the movie, and the movie I thought had me so locked in that it dropped it down a little bit for me, and it made it a little longer. Like, I guess what I mean longer is those sequences essentially I wouldn't probably have included. I probably would have left just the pure human drama here. I do got to point out though, Renate is fantastic. And we knew that from the other movie, but this is once again an acting tour de force. There is a moment, I would say, in the first half of this movie where she is kind of being struck by the absurdity, the serious absurdity of what is occurring in front of her. And the fact that it's almost like one of those moments you have in life where you're like, is this really happening to me? Like, you can't believe it, but it is true. And she has an extended, uncontrollable moments of laughter that basically transforms into tears and transforms. It's like they said, okay, have all the emotions in about 3 minutes here. And we want you to just go from A to Z. Just do it. And she just did it. And it's fantastic. The acting is quite incredible. I'm gonna go, boy, I'm really torn on this one. I was going to go 4 stars, but this is a really, really good movie. I'm going to go 4.5 stars on this movie. I think the only thing I'd take back away from this is the half stars. The surrealistic elements don't quite work for me. They don't ruin the movie. They're just not, there's a little bit tone off for me. But for some people that they do work for, it's a 5-star movie, I think. So 4.5 stars for me. Fantastic movie. Really worth looking into. For people who love really interesting social dramas with a kind of a really intense sort of emotional undercurrent, I think this will really work for those people.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews and interviews, please subscribe to my Deepest Dream channel. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, thanks so much for your support. Take care. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. For more movie and television reviews